If you fell into the anxiety cycle from a panic attack, this video is for you. One of the most common ways people fall into the anxiety cycle is from a panic attack. Now, here's the interesting thing. When they experience their very first panic attack, oftentimes they don't know what it is. They don't know if they have a breathing problem. They just feel like something's wrong, or they genuinely feel like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. For me, I thought my heart was gonna explode. I literally thought, no, something is seriously wrong. And when that happened, it was so easy for me to think there was something physically wrong with me. Now, what happens is that once a panic attack comes and goes, you start feeling weird. You don't really start feeling normal. Things feel a little bit off. And this is one of the things a lot of people don't talk about. They just say a panic attack comes and a panic attack goes. Well, that's true, but something happens to you after you get your very first panic attack. And that is your nervous system becomes sensitized. Now, this could be explained through something called the fight or flight response. And if you want to know more, check the comment section. But essentially what happens is that you start feeling weird and you start thinking, well, what's stopping me from getting another panic attack? If you really think about it, I'm not really safe from getting a panic attack anywhere. Now, what happens as a consequence is that people become scared of a panic attack, and then that leads to another panic attack. And once they have a couple of these, now they're in the anxiety cycle. Now they're getting physical symptoms. Now they're getting things like breathlessness, dizziness, heart palpitations, high blood pressure. All these things are happening. And what ends up happening is they start going to doctors repeatedly. And the doctor said, no, everything's fine. And they think, how can that be possible? Like, something is seriously wrong. I've never felt this before. And unfortunately, just due to lack of information, people end up falling into the cycle. Now, here's the good news. No matter how long you fall into the cycle or how intense it has been, you can overcome this once and for all and make this go away for good. The key is really breaking down how anxiety works, how panic attack works, how it creates these physical symptoms, how it creates these intrusive thoughts, and then focusing on long-term freedom. Not focusing on quick fixes, because quick fixes, in fact, keep you in the cycle longer. It may make you feel better in the moment, you may notice, but in terms of long-term freedom, you're always a slave. So if you want to know more about how to overcome it, check the comment section. There's a bunch of resources.